Zhentil Keep may now be a ruin, but this once great headquarters of the Black Network began as something much less notorious. It started as a small trading camp in 640 DR, as an ore market for humans and dwarves of the Iron House. In 747 DR, a merchant named Flostrin decided to fund the construction of a fortified settlement to keep his wares safe from the growing threat of goblins. The success of Flostrin's hold spread south, and several Sembian merchants banded together to purchase the fortified settlement from Flostrin. The merchants paid a sum of 240,000 gold for the hold, and quickly invested more coin to expand their interests. Tall towers and stone walls were later added, and a large keep was raised to hold a defensive garrison. The 12 Sembian merchants fashioned themselves as Lords of the Keep, with one of them, named Elminister, to be the first among equals. Taxes and tributes were quickly established by the Lords of the Keep, as investments and expansions continued to make the town grow. Despite the growing powers of the town, attacks on its trade routes were a cause for concern. To help with this problem, Elminister sought out a wizard. In the city of Westgate, Elminister met with a wizard named Zhentar, who accepted the role of court wizard. His only requirement was that he was made a lord of the hold, along with the other 12 merchants. Zhentar started clearing out the goblin tribes, but in secret was also clearing out the lords of the keep. 6 lords were quickly disposed of and replaced with friends of Zhentar's. All were magic users, except for a wealthy merchant and a strange priest named Breast. By the year of strife in 753 DR, the change in power was felt by the people of the Moonsea. They were shocked to hear that a Temple of Bane had been raised within the walls of Flostrin's hold, and more so that a Lord of the Keep, Lord Breast, was raised as its high priest. Tensions continued to grow, and within a short time, the Lords Elminister and Zhentar faced off in battle. Elminister ended up killing Zhentar, but with his last breath, the tower where they fought upon exploded, killing them both. To explain their deaths, a story was created. Elminister was killed by a glancing spell, while Zhentar died valiantly fighting off an assassin wizard. This made a martyr of Zhentar, and the council quickly agreed to rename the city in his honor. With the rebellion quelled, the town started its expansion again, with a new harbor and a bridge across the River Lys built. Zhentil Keep was also open to trade, where others would deny them. Anything could be sold here, as long as there was a buyer. By now, the council mostly consisted of wizards, the Bane clergy, and corrupted merchants. As time went on, the wizards replaced their own positions with allied friends so that they might withdraw from public life and pursue lichdom. It is unknown how many liches still survive in Zhentil Keep, but rumors have it that very few were ever dealt with. Over the span of the next few hundred years, Zhentil Keep grew one of the largest armies of the Moonsea and started border skirmishes with several minor nations. All this continued up until the year 1260 DR, when a young noble, Manshoon, his brother Chess, and his childhood friend, Fazul Chembrel, formed the organization known as the Zhentarim. At this point, the Zhentarim and Zhentil Keep have become so entangled, the Zhentarim would require a whole separate talk dedicated to them. So let's skip ahead to the important parts of the keep. During the time of troubles, Bane was killed, and Cyric became the faith in the keep. Bane, while a tyrant, brought order and law, but under Cyric's rule, the city became unhinged. With the lack of control within the city, the monstrous races saw their chance to attack, and a siege by frost giants and white dragons crushed the city in 1368 DR. A cult dedicated to Bane's son tried to restore order and succeeded when Bane was reborn in 1372 DR. The Bane clergy overthrew the Cyric infestation and restored order to the city. Zhentil Keep fell at last in 1383 DR to the might of the Shadowvar. Allying themselves to the Faerun, the Zhentarim wanted to regain access to their prized trade route across the Anorok Desert. Being mortal enemies of the Faerun, the Shadowvar razed Zhentil Keep, killing every living soul within the walls. Today, the northern ruins of Zhentil Keep are host to a den of pirates, while the southern part of the city is shrouded by twilight and crawling with undead. Heed my words on this. A wise person would stay well away from the ruins of Zhentil Keep. No good can come from wandering among that blasted ruin.
I stayed the night in the Temple of Ogma while traveling for the story, and once more I heard a chant. Like, share, subscribe. Hearing it repeated over and over in the evening and morning chant, it has really grown on me.